everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I'm bringing you another AJOS Peculiar Persona art journal page. Remember, all during the month of October 2021, these pages are coming out with crazy kooky characters, and today's character is Nicolai Iguanaington. I think if his last name has iguana in it, it must be an iguana, right? So I have this printed out image of an iguana that I got from unsplash.com. That is a website where you can get royalty-free photographs that photographers upload for you. And I just searched iguana and came up with this really nicely detailed photograph with all the little scales and things. And this is also in my collage pack that I offered for everyone in the Art Joy of Sharing art community on Facebook. Since it's royalty free, I could give you guys a copy of it without, a problem. And you can use it in your art without a problem, just not sellable art. So I did upload this one as one of the ones because I thought it was a really good photo. So it's already been cut out and ready to go. And since the Iguanaington's first name is Nicolai, I thought that sounded like a Russian name. For some reason, that's what I was thinking. So I decided to draw in my background. By the way, I'm using a black page journal. This is one of the Dilutions Dialogue insert journals that I have, and it's got black pages instead of white. So I'm using a white Stabilo All pencil. This is a water-soluble pencil, so if I wanted to get rid of it, I could just dissolve it with water, but it also erases. As you can see, I have my white eraser, and I can just erase the lines too, so it's not a big deal. But drawing in pencil into this album with the black pages, I might not be able to really see it very well, and you definitely wouldn't be able to see it on the video. So I use the white pencil to draw my buildings, and I'm trying to make them look like something you might see in Moscow, Russia. I mean, did I do a great job? I don't know, but they've got the onion shaped minarets at the top, and just trying to give that idea of that this iguana must be from Moscow, Russia. Of course, you know what? I don't think they have iguanas there. Iguanas like to live in a hot climate, either like a hot tropical climate is where iguanas are from. So I doubt there's any. I just can't see them stomping through the snow. I could be wrong. I've never been to Russia. But I just always think of it as being cold. I guess maybe that's just perception that we get from, popular media or whatever, and that all their buildings have onion-shaped minaret thingies on the top. I'm sure they don't. This is probably that's probably some very special building. I know absolutely nothing about Russia, to be honest. So can't tell you anything. I just was giving my idea of what it might look like there. So once I was done drawing my little buildings, structures, whatever they are, I'm going over the pencil with a Posca pen. This one is kind of a yellowy light color. I didn't want to go with white. The buildings seem to be like they seem like they have gold on them. I don't know if it's gold paint, if what it is, but they're very brightly colored. And by the way, I was looking at a photo when I drew these. So it's not just from my imagination. But it's not accurate either. I mean, the buildings were so detailed with so much molding and colorful things. I wanted to give the idea of it without like going too crazy. I mean, I'm not going to spend 10 hours sitting there trying to draw all the little details. I just want to give the idea of these type of buildings so that when you look at the page, you say, oh, that's probably in Russia, right? So I didn't want to use a gold marker. Actually, I don't even have one. I think that the only gold marker I had was a Posca pen, and I think it has died. It's run out of ink. As I was going over the lines of the pencil, of course, I'm getting some of that water-soluble pencil stuff onto my pen, so I have to keep writing it off on the scratch paper to get that out of the out of the stuff in the nib of the pen. I don't want it to get clogged up. So that's why I keep writing it over on the scratch paper on the right hand side. So then I came back in with kind of an off-white and just beefed up some of the lines to give it a little bit more illustrative detail. Maybe some dots, some extra lines, some little squares, just, kind of like a doodling to make it feel a little bit more ornate. And having two different colors makes it have more weight on the page. And some thicker lines. Thinner lines, thicker lines when you're illustrating is a good idea. It makes it seem more substantial. So that's what I'm doing. Is it perfect? No. Does it look exactly like the buildings in the pictures? No. It's an idea that might bring your brain somewhere if you see it. That's kind of what I'm talking about. So then I want them to have color and not just be, in the light colors like that, because this building that I was looking at on my phone is very brightly colored, red, green, gold, yellow, very, very amazing building. I actually would like to go to Russia and see this because it just must have taken forever to build that. It is pretty darn amazing. So I added in color with these King Art gel, mixed media gel sticks, and they're a water soluble product, but what I like about them is they're blendable with your finger. They're they're like lipstick, a lot like lipstick. They have that same creamy consistency, and I can just blend it with my finger. So I can just put the color on, blend it a little bit. It went over the painted lines, and that was okay with me. I'm just giving the idea of color. And then I wanted to show that this was outside, and so I put some clouds in the sky using a light blue and white gel sticks. Again, blending those with my finger. Easy peasy. This page didn't take long, probably about 45 minutes maybe. And now I'm going to put my iguana on. I'm going to use a Yoo-Hoo glue stick and glue it on with that because this is in an art journal. It's not going to be peeling up or falling off because it's just going to be inside a book. So no big deal. Press him down. Make sure that all the bits are glued down. He's got claws and spines and things. And there's Mr. Iguanaington, Nicolai. And when I put it on, that's when the story came to me, sort of. The thing about building characters in your pages is that they do come in your head with stories. And because the iguana was so much larger than the buildings that I drew, he sort of became this kind of Godzilla sort of character, right? He's big, he's tough, he's, just glaring at everything. And so I decided that he ended the war because he came over and smashed a tower and threatened everyone that he was going to destroy Moscow if they didn't just knock it the heck off. So that's kind of he's a hero. He's a hero iguana, the only iguana in Moscow, and he's so big that he can smash towers with his little claw. So that's what I'm going with. So he needed a Russian style hat. I forget what these are called, but I remember when my son went up to NAU, Northern Arizona University. It's in the mountains. I know you guys think that Arizona is all desert, but it's not. We have very cold, very high mountains not far away. So when he went up there and it was so cold and he's used to living in Tucson, he asked me for one of these hats with the name of the hat, which I can't think of it right now, but he wore that thing. And his was black, of course, because at the time he would only wear black clothes. And it was black and it had an insignia on the front, and it has flaps that come down over your ears, and it's furry, keep you very warm in the freezing, yucky cold. So I gave the iguana that type of hat to keep his ears warm. Those little dots on the side of his head. And then just to finish it off, I I needed to have his foot. One foot was up, which was what gave me the idea that he was smashing something because of the way the picture is. One foot was down on the ground, but the other one was up. So I put a green tower under his foot as if he was smashing it, and then I scribbly wrote the little weird story of Nicolai Iguanaington, and how he saved Moscow by threatening to squish it with his claws. So that's it for me for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment or question below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on your notification bells. You can share this if you want to. And all those things help my channel grow by helping other people on YouTube find me. So that's it for me. Thanks. Bye-bye.